Hey Virgos, how you doing? I'm here to do your reading for today. If you would like to gain access to my extended readings, just go ahead and hit join and sign up for Virgo Bombshell membership, and that will give you access to approximately 25 extended readings for Virgos every month. And if you'd like to sign up for a chance to win a free reading with me, then just hit like, subscribe, and comment down below, I am loved. All right, so universe, the person on my Virgo's mind that they love and who they're hoping for. How does this person feel towards Virgo? And what will be their next actions towards Virgo? This is somebody who is trying not to feel heartbreak, or they could be trying to end the potential for causing you heartbreak, like a third party situation. I feel like this could be them needing to come in and tell you a truth, tell you something that, because I think that what they've generally sensed from you is that you're not willing to put up with whatever situation has been going on anymore. There is, I think that there has at least recently been a lack of communication between you. And this, I feel like this person is pushed and pulled between the desire to come towards you and tell you that that person is out of my life, or, I'm not doing that anymore. And just to stay silent, because I feel like they're intimidated. Yeah, with the moon, they feel insecure. And, it's almost like they just want to, I feel like if they do come towards you, they're going to have to basically really lay out a lot of private feelings, or a lot of deep feelings for you, and they're scared to do that because they feel like they might be rejected or kind of looked down on, I guess. Yeah, Emperor in the reverse. So I feel like this is somebody who in the past they've thrown their weight around rather than risk emotional rejection. You could be dealing with an Aries here, or a Cancer maybe, or a Pisces. But this is somebody who I feel like what they've done is in the past is, rather than face emotional rejection or literal rejection, that they have just kind of been domineering. We have the Devil here. So I would say that they are definitely thinking of you, probably obsessively. I'm going to shuffle some more. They might be, I feel like this is an energy too of like, I'd say that they're obsessively thinking of you, and they feel like you and their desire for you is an unavoidable fact. And so I feel like what they're doing is they're trying to maybe build something up so that they can give you something. They want, maybe, I feel like what they're doing is whenever they think of you, they put that energy into, okay, I'm building up this little nest egg or something for me and Virgo, and then very soon I'll be able to approach Virgo. And because I feel like this is somebody who might feel like they mistreated you a lot, and so they feel like if they can give you something, that this might ease any feelings of bitterness in you. So with Ten of Swords in the reverse to the Page of Swords in the reverse, it's almost like this person is really, really scared that you will say absolutely no to them. And so they're almost like they'd rather stay in this place of not knowing, like they'd rather just like hide even. But I feel like this is you, and you're sitting here with this full cup, and there's actual genuine generosity there. They're hoping for a new start with you. They see you as truly beautiful and loving and even divine. Yeah, so this is somebody who wants to come in and offer you an apology, but they are afraid to. They're nervous. But they also understand that they can't put it off for too long. They can't keep, it's like they don't want to fight with you, and they don't want, a bad situation to happen when they approach you. And yet they know that they can't put it off for very long. So like they're conflicted. They're really stressed out, I'd say. But because they sense your presence in their life kind of fading out. They sense you kind of fading away. And they definitely want to come out of the cold, because your lack of presence in their life is making them feel cold and alone. And I think that they sense your feelings changing for them, and they are really troubled by that. So with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse to the Chariot, this is kind of strange energy. It's like they want to rush in, and yet they can't fully offer you something yet. I'm not sure exactly the reason. If it is because maybe they're not technically in a place where they can give you financially something, or if it's because they're not technically free in terms of like a relationship, that they can't fully give you what you deserve. And with the Queen of Cups here, um, I mean, technically, I suppose there could be a Queen of Cups. There could be a woman of water energy standing in the way, or there could be. But I feel like also what this could be is them wanting your love. They're hoping that they can extend the time in which they receive your love, and they hope that you will be compassionate and work with them until they can get things where they want them to be. But what their exact motives are could potentially, be the crux of the situation. So, universe, what is this devil? What is this devil card? And how does Virgo's person feel towards them? What are their true motives? And so intimacy in the reverse. So I feel like this is essentially saying that this person has a tendency towards finding workarounds that allow them to avoid intimacy. So, it doesn't necessarily mean that this person doesn't want to be intimate with you or that they don't want to be close. But again, as we've talked about with avoidance is about this fear of the expressed emotional state of intimacy because of feeling exposed, like that's going to cause the person to be deeply rejected or humiliated. And so it's not even necessarily like the relationship or the elements surrounding it, it's the actual experience of the intimacy. And I feel like that could be what this is speaking about, that this person is like trying to push themselves towards you because they want you in their heart and in their spirit, and yet they are still afraid of intimacy, and we have rejection on the bottom. So I think that that's what this is about, is they are still they're still functioning in this fear, because it's, when you have that inside of you, you can't just like flip it off like a switch. It's like your deep subconscious structure, your emotional structure. And if it's been functioning inside of you for years, then, anyway. But so with the devil card, I feel like this is them trying to find like a workaround, because that's really what coping mechanisms are, is they're finding a way to fulfill your emotional needs without having intimacy, that really ends up being toxic and extortionist, of other people, right? But this is somebody like trying to find a way to, push harder and sort of be in your life without necessarily having healed fully from this stuff. With apology in the reverse, this is someone who wants to offer you an apology and ask for forgiveness, but with spying in the reverse, I feel like what this is saying is that they haven't been able to find out any information about you or really pick up on your emotions, on some emotional sense of where you're at. Yeah, heart fog. They feel like they have mixed signals and blocked emotions. They can't sense how you feel, so they can't sense how successful or unsuccessful that campaign would be. But they are devoted. They are watching you. They're attached. They're craving you. But then underneath, we have this trapped card. So there could be something that they feel trapped by, some kind of a physical circumstance, maybe a job, or, maybe family needs help. Maybe they've got an aging parent who, needs support, and they, being with you would require them to move towns or something. And, they feel trapped by their need to support their aging parent, or, something like that. Universe, what is this 7 of Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles? So they're trying they're hoping somehow to come towards you in a way that will, um, assuage your bitterness towards them. They want to give you something. They're terribly afraid of coming towards you. And yet the thing is, I feel like if they would just come towards you and be emotionally honest and tell you what happened and tell you that you matter to them, that they wouldn't have to do that. They could potentially at least patch things up or something. And yet they are so, what I'm sensing, they are so sort of like, um, unpracticed or not comfortable in that whole dynamic of emotional interaction, that this is why they feel like they need to physically give you something, because they're not that good with, like, they're not that comfortable with the emotional stuff. Yeah, depth in the reverse. This came up twice. So, yeah, it's basically saying they're not fully, because this is about their being uncomfortable with shining a light on their inner nature, on the depth of who they are. That makes them feel that it's causing them to, like, delay talking to you and, like, feel like they need to physically give you something like valuable, or it's like they're dressing up their insecurity, with these outer things. They're trying to, like, hide the flame, of the truth of who they are, of their true inner nature, because they're scared, you know. But here you are, like this goddess of loving kindness over here, like, with this big old cup. And but what they're really, so it's not that they actually think that you're going to reject them, it's that they feel something about their inner nature they've hidden because it was rejected long ago, and they're scared to show it. And they know that it would come out with you because you are so deep and emotionally deep and generous and all that kind of stuff. That's what they're afraid of, expressing that inner nature, because something about when they were young, they showed it and it was rejected, and it made them feel absolutely stupid, and at a core level, probably by, like, a caretaker, like a parent. So, is what we're seeing with this. And so that's what they're afraid of. It's like they need to come to terms with that and realize that, so that they can have a healthy interaction with intimacy. So, universe, what is there anything else for this Seven of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles? Yeah, open heart in the reverse and conflict in the reverse. Exactly. They're scared of opening up their heart, and they're essentially trying to avoid conflict with you by feeling like, if I can just bring Virgo something. But yeah, divine masculine in the reverse. So basically, they don't feel comfortable expressing their energy. They're keeping it subdued, and like, if this is a masculine, then they are trying to kind of hide behind these sort of societally accepted, external signals of masculinity. You know what I mean? Like, all the thing, like, anyways, I'm sure you guys understand what I mean by that. And yeah, because it's a bluff. They hide behind those things so they won't be seen. What is this Ten of Swords in the reverse to the Page of Swords in the reverse? Chemistry in the reverse and possibilities in the reverse. We recently got this. It feels like this, in the past, it's somebody who's like, I don't want to, they're blocking out. They're blocking out. Actually, I think it could be that this person, I think that, it could be that they're blocking out how they feel, and they're blocking out the feeling of spark and passion. But by doing that, they're also blocking out the possibilities, because with possibilities come risk. But I feel like it's also that this person just, like, they're kind of convincing themselves that it's that you're angry with them, simply so that they can declare that, oh, okay, I can't approach. Because again, deep within them is the real fear of avoidance, of the emotional intimacy. And so they tell themselves, oh yeah, like, it's It's not, they don't like me, but that's not the truth. It's a false perspective, you know. But I also feel like if this person was like trying to convince themselves in the past, like, I'll be fine, I don't need Virgo, like to live in their delusions and then just go off and find comfort from, their coping mechanisms. I think that that's over. They're not able to effectively delude themselves anymore. This is what we saw earlier with this card, is that um, this is someone who, they're not able to like delude themselves effectively anymore in the ways that they used to. And again, with past life here, something in their inside of them, in their heart and mind, has opened up. They're seeing the repeated patterns that they engage in, and they're not able to delude themselves and fool themselves anymore. And you're just right here, like standing as this beacon of reality. And every time they connect to you, they're reminded of it. And this could be why they avoid. Yeah, clinging and thinking, holding on, obsessing, spying, missing you, craving, and desiring. So yeah, they're definitely like, even if it seems like they're not, this is what they're doing. They're thinking about you, they're craving you. But with time in the reverse, I think that they know that they don't have time to delay any longer or mess around, that basically like you're ready to move on. Excuse me, guys. But I think also, yeah, it's like time is up. Like you're not going to wait while they engage in any more cycles. You're not going to, I mean, what I sensed actually in a recent reading that we did, I can't remember which one it was, but basically that this person is being brought to a precipice of choice, that they need to make it, that they're at a point where the universe has given them enough chances, has let them mess around, and they've received a lot of grace, a lot of forgiveness, but they're at a point where whatever they choose, the effects will come forth. They're not going to be, the effects of their actions will not be padded anymore. The results will, the consequences will happen, including you, like them losing their chance with you. And what I saw is that if that does happen, that you will be released from this person, that you will be released to have someone new. I feel like if you are a person who this resonates for, and you've been you feel like your love life has been on hold for a little while, and you've been kind of waiting on this person, and you're getting really sick of their nonsense and waiting for them, that basically what the universe was showing me is that you've been waiting for this person while the universe gave them chances and tried to help them get up on their feet, so that they could start heal and come towards you. But if they continuously make the wrong choices, they've reached the end of that grace period. Sorry, guys. And that you will be released as well, to have someone new, and someone new will come into your life, essentially. So let's get some cards for your person, because yeah, I think this person has been like, oh, there's a card in her. How did that get in there? I swear I thought I saw it earlier inside there. That's so weird. Okay. Universe, how does this person feel towards my Virgo? I can't take it anymore. What can't they take anymore? It is dark without you. Yeah. This person definitely wants to be with you. And yeah, what I sensed recently was that this person is kind of at the end of the grace period. They've been doing this to you for quite a while, and that it's basically like, as much as loved as they are by the universe, life without you is hopeless, dark, and depressing. I miss your light. Yeah. Yeah. As much as the universe cares for this person, we all have the right to make our own choices. And it feels like this person has been saved a lot by the universe, like that they've made bad choices like a lot over and over again. And that the universe has really shown them a lot of grace, and that they're just kind of at this point where it's like the universe is like, okay, well, you're not listening. If you're not putting in the work, if you're not doing your part to heal, and then we're gonna have to like drop you into this situation that's gonna put you under the pressure grinder, where you will learn whether you like it or not. You'll just have to learn the hard way, and then you'll lose your chance to have this beautiful thing with Virgo, because you messed it up and made the wrong choice too many times. So their fate will still come forth when it comes to learning their lessons, but they just won't get the benefits that they, should have gotten, essentially. Um, all right, let's get some guidance and cards here. All right, universe, what can you tell me about this situation? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Yep, exactly. So this cycle, whether it has been tough for you, for them, both, it's coming to an end. That they've been at a point where they have the right, and communication is key. So I feel like that's for your person. It's like, whatever you're going through, whatever the problem is, you need to communicate with Virgo, and that's what will keep things alive. That is what I believe will will potentially keep things in a good enough place where this person doesn't lose their chance with you, where things could be patched up. They just need to communicate with you, and have faith in your dreams. So this is somebody who needs to have faith and not be embarrassed to have faith, and just have the strength to not even care what other people think about that. And also balance spirituality and practicality so that you can give yourself time for healing. And again, don't let your past hold you back. And we have the South Node of Fate. So again, this is very much related to the nodes of fate, and the choices that you make in relationship to what you are meant to be learning in this world. Again, if that's something that you particularly don't know a lot about, check out your birth chart, and look up the placement of your North and South Node in terms of house and in terms of sign. And then you can do research on that. It's very easy to find out. And it basically tells you what you are meant to be learning in this world, where you're coming from, and what is your familiar, stuff, and what is the stuff from your past, and then what it is you're meant to be moving towards and learning and becoming, and branching out into in this world. And that's really what this is about. That is the overall lesson, that we are meant to be learning in this world. And that is the path that we are meant to be on, and that the universe is wants your person to be learning, and you as well. Yeah, but that's it, Virgo. I think that is your reading. I'll move into your extended, and I hope you have a wonderful day.